My name is Loree LeBrun. I'm 61 years old. I had my surgery, it'll be 3 years ago in August. I started at 273.75. I think the day of surgery I was at 269, and the lowest I got down to was about 183. I have struggled with my weight all my life. I think the first diet I was on was when I was 16, and but I've always been a tall girl, hippie person. The first time I really went on a diet was probably when I was 23. Well, was with TOPS, take off pounds sensibly, and I lost about 40 pounds, got down to 135. Met my husband on a blind date, got married, and told him when I got pregnant and gained weight, I said, well, you really married a skinny fat person. So I've always been on many diets, been on Weight Watchers, been on Slim Fast, been to weight doctors where they put you on diet pills and things. So I've been a yo-yo dieter most of my life. I have a friend. She had had the surgery, and I saw her and I was like, wow, what'd you do? And she told me what she did, and so she told me where she had it, and I told my husband I was going to look into it, and then he became an advocate for me. He was behind me. So that's when I called Dr. Sartor's office up and got the free consult, and went in and saw him, and we went from there. And the office here was very helpful in doing all the paperwork and getting everything lined up. It restricts you. You can only eat so much. You can eat what you want. I mean, there wasn't anything you could not eat, but you could not eat as much. Now, I did give up, the potatoes. Well, I can eat a little bit, but potatoes, rice, and pasta, because those fill you up so much, so I try not to eat as much of those and try to stick to more vegetables and meats and proteins. I drank water all day. Gave up Diet Cokes too, which aren't good for you. It's just become a way of life, a lifestyle now. And now that I'm 3 years out, I can have maybe a tablespoon of potatoes or a little bit of rice, but not as much because it swells up and it takes up too much space. I guess when you go shopping and you can wear, I was up to a size 26, and when you go shopping and you find yourself going toward the big women's section, because that's where you've always shopped, and you realize that those clothes are falling off of you. So you can go in the regular women's section and you have so much more choice of clothes. I did have a lot of people that, when you went back and they hadn't seen you in about a year, they were like, oh man, you really look good. And I do have a lot of people tell me that I look a lot younger than my age. That makes you feel good too. But I guess when you're used to shopping in the women's section, size 1X, 2X and up, and then now you can shop in the regular women's section. So after I had my surgery and recuperating, and I was going to help take care of my grandbaby, and as I, lifting her up, and now she's 3 and I have a new grandbaby that's 9 months, and I take care of both of them on Mondays. And I would not be able to get down on the floor and play with them like I do, and get up and down and run after them and go outside and swing with them like I do if I had not had that surgery, because it was a lot harder for me to get up and down. And also getting to my bed. I have a high bed, and I noticed I was having trouble getting up into my bed. And since I've lost 90 pounds, it's a lot easier for me to get in and out of my bed. But definitely it's a lot easier to carry the kids, put them in and out of their car seats, just take care of them, because I do take care of them a lot. I've had a very positive experience. I've been very pleased, like I said, with Dr. Sartor and the staff, and everybody who's helped me through it. And I recommend it to family members or anybody who wants to have it done. Well, I just like to be an advocate for anybody who's considering it, having it done. Like I said, I have some family members and a good friend who was questioning me about it, and because her doctor recommended she have it done because she's had heart surgery and she's a diabetic, and I told her, go for it, do it. You know, what's holding you back? But I think what holds people back is, and I was talking about this with my brother-in-law this morning, people mourn the loss of food, that they won't be able to eat all the stuff they want to eat. And I said, you know, I can eat whatever I want, but just not as much. You might only have to have a bite or two. And you know, at this stage in my life, you know, I'll probably have another 30, 40 years in me, hopefully. But you know, I can deal with not eating a whole big giant plate of pasta. Just take a bite or two and savor the taste of it and not the amount of food. So that's what I think I try to do now.